Everybody knows that if you know how to hunt, you know how to bake. Okay, that's just rules. 1 for 1 is what it is. And my fellow duckmen deserve a treat. They deserve a snack. So today we're gonna be baking some apple spice cake. First things first, we're gonna cream our butter and sugar together until it's fluffy, okay? Now, obviously, apple spice cake requires applesauce, so it's supposed to be unsweetened, but you know, we make do with what we've got here. It's like my dad always used to say, there's a bear and you got a snake gun, you just shoot it with the snake gun and fucking run. And now you're gonna fold this in. It's not gonna mix completely, but that's fine, that's supposed to happen. And if you didn't know, folding is like a kind of like what you do with a snake. Once you pick it up, you're like, you gotta get it and make sure you get the head away from you because it's not good. It's gonna bite you. But this won't bite you, I promise. Okay, it's gonna look a little scrambled eggy. We have our sifted all-purpose flour because we don't want any lumpy bumpies in there. Lumpy bumpies didn't do many people all that good, but we do love lumpy bumpies, not in our food. A little baking soda, a little ground cinnamon. A little ground nutmeg. The recipe also calls for ground mace, but mace is for bears. You can either mix or sift it together. It says fold the dry mixture into the wet mixture. Fold. Fold. Pecans or nuts, about 1/3 cup. Raisins or currants, about 1/3 cup for this small batch. Now you're gonna want to take some flour. And now, kind of like how you have to call out to the birds, you gotta prime your nuts and your currants. So you gotta dredge or cover them bitches in some flour. Because they're needy, but aren't we all a little needy? Into the mixture. And a little bit of vanilla. Everything needs a little bit of vanilla. Don't trust the recipe if it doesn't have vanilla and it's sweet. Okay. Make sure you've greased and then floured your pan, not the other way around. If it's a flat pan and not a nice little bundt pan, you can grease parchment paper, then grease and flour. The grease and flour after that isn't so necessary because the parchment paper really takes care of it not sticking. But if you're doing anything with ridges, you gotta grease and flour it or it's gonna get stuck. I will say I did not calculate how much this was gonna make. I just made the recipe smaller, so it's possible I made it too small. But man, too small is not a problem as long as you know how to work it. Don't push too hard or it will stick. You can spread it out a little bit. The full recipe bakes for an hour and a half. The full recipe is also 3 times the size of this and in a tubular pan. So I'm not sure it's gonna bake for 3.5 hours, but it's at 325 and bake until it preps cleanly. I'm gonna check it at 50 minutes. 50 minutes was good. Took her out. Nothing left on our fork, knife. So now we let her cool before we flip her out. I think our cake is cooled enough for me to flip it out. The wire rack is real important to cooling. Oh yeah.
it came out pretty good. I mean, we can brush the flour off of it, but hell yeah. I made a quick topping for this. Kind of a thicker frosting. I do think it was supposed to be slightly liquidy, more liquidy than that. And we're gonna try some of our stuff. Our apple sauce spice cake. Our cracked sugar cookie. The ratio's definitely off. I mean, it's cracking on. Not everything can be fantastic the first time. After a long day of hunting, that would do wonders. One more bite. It's icing, it's not icing. Oh my god. With that apple pie sauce cake. To die for. To die for.